welcome everybody, this is Roland Hartmann from graphicinmotion.com, and in this tutorial I want to show you how to use my 3D Abstract Titles pack in Premiere Pro. So let's get started. First of all, we have to install our motion graphic template files, and to do that make sure that the Essential Graphics panel is open in Premiere and that you are in the browse mode here. And then you can click this little icon down here, this square with the plus sign, and then navigate to your folder wherever you downloaded and unzipped the template. And there you have the project files folder. And in here you can find all the mogrt files, which are the motion graphic template files. Now you can choose one of them, or you can of course just install all of them. In my case, I will just use this for the demonstration purpose of this template, and I will just open up. This now may take a while because Premiere has actually to load in this template. So be a little bit patient, and you see it's already done. Now we can just take it, and by the way, you can search. If you have a lot of motion graphic templates installed, then you can just type in some keywords, and you can use GIM to find all my motion graphic templates that you have installed, because this is what I add actually in front of every, all of my motion graphic templates. You can also put in 3D. That's also a keyword that I put in for these abstract titles here. So let's take it and let's just drag it into our timeline. And now again, Premiere will load it. So we will see, it takes a few seconds, and then we can select it here in the timeline, and then we can change it to edit. And then you can edit the template. So let's change it to edit. This also may take a few seconds because Premiere actually has to load all the controls. So be a bit patient here. And now we're done. Now you see all the controls that are available for this template. So first of all, you can choose between 5 different title layouts. So you can check these boxes here to switch between them. Make sure that only one at a time is activated, otherwise you will create some kind of a mess here. And you see in title number 5, we always have a logo placeholder where you can put in your logo. So let's take a look maybe at title number 4, and let's say we want to use this one for our project and we want to do some customization. So the first option that you have is this color option here. And if you open this up, you have a hue transform that you can change. And in this way, you can just change the color of the 3D render like that. You can also change the saturation. Positive value will increase the saturation, negative value will decrease it. Now, if you want to change the titles, then you have to select the according title setup here. And in this case, it's title number 4 setup. So open this up, and here you have, first of all, the color control that controls the overall colors of all of these design elements. So if I choose a color here, for example, something like that, and then make it maybe a bit brighter, then you will see that this affects all of my text and color, or design elements, I should say. Then, of course, you can enter your own titles. That's the whole purpose of these things. And you see we have the multi-line title. That's the small one up here. So you can enter your multi-line title. Let's do that. So enter a new title into this panel. And you will see if I click away, then it will update right here. You can change the font. You can change the font style, you can change the size here, but only up to a certain limit. So if you take a look here, at a certain point it will get cut off, and this is because I just wanted to keep the layout intact. So be aware of that. If something strange is happening, then you just exceeded the limits of the design. You can change, of course, the position here, so you can shift it around on screen wherever you want to position it. And you have the same controls more or less for all of the titles in this whole project. So if we change main title number 1, so you can put in your title to this one as well. I put it in all capitals. Then I am able to change the tracking amount. And here you see the tracking amount is not available for all the titles, but only for some. And you have to be a bit careful with this slider, because unfortunately I cannot change the range, and it actually ranges from minus 32,000 to plus 32,000, which is a totally ridiculous value for tracking amounts. I don't know why Premiere is doing it like this. It's not my fault, I'm sorry. Must be some kind of a bug. Maybe Adobe will fix it in the future. But just use this number field here where you can put in small values. So if you want to increase the tracking amount, then probably or maybe put in 10 or something like it, and you see the tracking amount will get a little bit bigger. If you want to decrease it, then put in a negative value, but don't go too crazy on these values. Maybe just don't touch the slider. It's better because you have no control with this slide, unfortunately. Then, of course, again, there is the option to change the position. And as I said, these controls are more or less the same for all of the titles. And so this way you can just update these titles to your needs. Let's take a look at the next option that we have. And the next option that we have is the lines and frames. And lines and frames just means all these small details that are in here. First of all, you have a frame opacity. You can just put in 0 to turn off the frame if you want. So this is more or less like a switch. 100 full opaque, 0 is invisible. The same applies for all the lines that are in this design. And as you can see here, we also have a line that has a scale value. That's line number 2 here. So because if we change these small titles here, so maybe you want to put in something else than just some random hashtags, maybe your website, like mine, graphic in motion, if I can spell it. No, I can't. graphicinmotion.com. And now, of course, the line does not work anymore with this title. So we can go to the lines, line number 2. And first of all, we can change the size. And this is now intersecting with my keystroke visualization here. I'm sorry. But anyway, it will work. So I will show you how to do that. You can just shorten this a little bit, and then you can just drag it over. And now again, you have a nice underline for your title if you want it. If you don't want it in your design, if you say, no, I don't like it, then you can just turn it off by putting 0 into that opacity. So this is how you can actually customize and position all of these design elements that we have in our scene. So let me show you one more thing, and this is how you can add a logo, because we have a logo placeholder in the last title layout. And to do that, we open up title number 5, and then we open up the logo. So you can now either click on these 3 lines and say replace from Explorer, and then you can just navigate to your logo on your hard disk and replace it directly here. But you can also import the logo into Premiere, just to your project, and then just take it and drag it on top of this placeholder image. And you see now the logo is here. And now you can change its size, you can change its position, you can scale it, and then you can, of course, add a tagline. And then yeah, you're good to render it out and create your nice title for your website or your video project. So this is it with this tutorial. I hope that you like this template, and I hope that you create really nice animations for your websites and video projects. If you have any questions, then please feel free to contact me through my website. It's graphicinmotion.com. There you can find my email address and also a contact form. So thank you very much for using my template, and until the next time, goodbye.